accidentally fell into a viral makeup trend last week when I was getting ready for work and didn't even know it until the next day when I watched a video on the cherry cola makeup look. I don't have TikTok, so I'm always a little behind on the trends. I have to wait for them to come to YouTube before I find out about them. And it was such a coincidence that I'd done this makeup look the day before and then watched a video about it. And when that happened, I knew it was just a sign that I needed to do it for all of you. So if you want to see my take on the cherry cola viral makeup trend and see a couple of other palettes in my inventory that I think you could use to create a similar look, then stick around because that's what we're doing today. I already have my complexion products on. My eyes are primed with the Ulta Matte Eye Primer in Nude, and my brows are done. So I will have all of those products listed down below if you're interested to see what's on my face. I'm going to wait to do my bronzer and blush until after I get my eyes on because I noticed when I did this that I had to go back and do more because the eyes are kind of dramatic and the blush and bronzer just kind of disappeared. So I'm just going to wait and do it after. I am going to use the Ethereal palette that I got from my friend Kim. I had an unboxing of my friend mail from Kim. I will link it up in the cards if you haven't seen it. She was so incredibly generous. And so I am going to use this. And I said in that video that I think that this is meant to be a dupe of the Huda Naughty Nudes palette. Yeah, and so I was just playing with this getting ready for work this week and stumbled into what I thought was a pretty good take on the cherry cola look that's been going viral. And so I thought I'd share it with you. All right, so I don't normally do my eyes this way. Normally, I start with a transition color, deepen up the crease, darken the outer V, and put on a shimmer. This is a little bit different, and I really liked the way it turned out. So I was going for kind of a cola brown look, but I didn't want to get too deep. So I went into this one here, and I put just a tiny little bit of this on it as well. So that's what I'm going to start with. And go in with kind of a fluffy brush. I don't know what brush this is. It's a double-ended, fluffy on one end. Doesn't have a name on it. So, and then I tapped off just a little bit. All right, so I am actually going to put this all over my lid. When I think of cherry coke, I think of kind of like a burgundy reddish color. I realize it's just cola colored because you can't really see the cherry, but I want to pay homage to the cherry as well. And so that just goes over the whole lid, which, like I say, is not typical for me. And then I'm blending it up into that transition area and under the brow so that when I open my eyes, hopefully I can see it. And deepening that crease and outer V area, but then using a lighter color to blend the transition so that I don't have a harsh edge along the top. I think I'm going to leave that there and do the other eye. Then I'm going to take just a clean, fluffy brush, no product on it at all, and just kind of blend a little bit more. So a couple of things to point out. I did not bring that dark color all the way in to the inner corner because I already have a dark kind of inner corner area there, and I'm going to put a brighter color there. I also didn't bring this dark color down below the line of my lash line because that would draw my eye down, and I still want to lift the corner of that eye. Then I'm going to go into this kind of coppery red shimmer right here and put that all over the lid. And I think that really brings out the cherry in the cherry cola. Again, stopping just short of that inner corner. And then I'm going to take a flat shader brush and go into this light shimmer right here. It's kind of a light gold. And because it is a little bit flaky, I'm going to go ahead and spray it before I put it on to keep it where I want it. I consider this to be the fizz in the cherry cola. This is the bubbles. And it just kind of lightens up the inner portion of my eye. And yeah. Okay, I like that better. I decided to use my finger. Brushes and shimmers and I just don't really get along very well. I always try to use a brush for a shimmer, and I'm never really happy with it. But I keep trying. And then I give up and use my finger. Isn't that pretty? Then to make it pop just a little bit more, I'm going to go into this kind of jelly shadow down here. Such an interesting texture. And just put that right in the center. I don't know if you can tell the difference or not, but it's fun to play with. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the eyelid. I am going to do a little bit under the lower lash line, not a ton, but a little. And I'm going to take that same kind of burgundy brown just on the tip of a flat shader brush and bring that along that lower lash line, just about halfway. This is a much darker, dramatic look than I usually do, but I think it's really pretty for fall. And then to soften that line just a little bit more, I'm going to take this lightest color here in the palette and just blur that edge. I don't want any harshness. It can be dramatic, but it doesn't have to be harsh. That's better. Okay. Then I'm going to take the BH Cosmetics Power Pencil in warm brown, and I'm going to tight line with that on the upper waterline. And then I'm also going to take it above, just right in the lash line on this outer portion, and do just a little bit more. And it doesn't have to be neat because I'm going to smudge it. It doesn't have to be neat at all. I'm going to use my 10X for this. I can pretend that I can see, but I really can't. So this I don't take all the way across. I only go about 2/3 of the way. I do have a little bit of fallout, but because I've already powdered under my eyes, I'm just going to sweep that away. I set under my eyes and my eye primer, but I didn't set the rest of my face yet. Okay, then I'm going to take this angled hair. I'm going to take this angled liner brush, and I'm going to smudge that brown liner. And then when I have some on my brush, I'm just going to kind of pull out a tiny little flick and make just kind of a little wing, but not really a wing. It's just kind of a deepening up of that outer edge to help define it. And then I blend just a little bit of the shadow into that wing. And then the last thing I want to do with the eyes before I put mascara on is use this Maybelline light liner in Starlight Gold on the lower lash line, especially with a dark, dramatic look like this. I like to lighten up that lower waterline to help open the eyes up. Okay, I'm going to curl my lashes. I'll be right back. I do have a brown mascara. I did watch a few tutorials of this, and I saw several where they either used or wished they had a brown mascara. So I'm going to try this brown mascara from Believe Beauty, but I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. So I may end up putting black over the top of it, but we'll try. This brush, by the way, kind of reminded me of the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift brush with the flat spot. And see, I think this just doesn't give me the lash that I'm looking for. It might be okay on the bottom lashes, but I'm probably going over this with a black before this is all said and done. It is kind of nice on the bottom. Okay, I need more than that, especially with this dramatic eye. I think I need more lashes. So, Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect. Always hard to say. Okay, better. I left the brown on the lower lashes because I kind of like that, but I just needed more lash on those upper lashes to offset this dramatic eye. All right, so how about we do some bronzer? I've got the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in light, and this one, I usually use my finger and dab it on. And then I like the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to blend. I'm going to use the Doll 10 Cream Blush in Steppin' Out and this Coastal Scents Stippling Brush because you kind of want a burgundy blush to go with this, and this honestly is the only one that I could find kind of in this color tone. So, yeah. I was kind of surprised I don't have more like deep mauve burgundy type blushes in my inventory, but I don't. Get just a tiny little more right there. And I did put that little extra on because I want to take my sponge and blend the edges, and that will take some of that off. For a highlighter, I have the Noblet Skin Glazing Highlighter in Privilege, and it's kind of a rose gold type color, and I think that that will be really pretty with this. Kind of tying in my inner corner highlight with the face highlight. All right, I'm going to set my face, and that might tone down my blush a little bit, but I will check after this is done, and if I need a little more blush, I will add some. I think I'm going to do the lip before I decide on the blush though. So the lip is, I actually found more tutorials on the Cherry Cola lip trend than the full makeup trend. But I mean, if you're going to do the lips, why not do the rest, right? So for the cherry, way too much stuff on my desk. For the Cherry Cola lip, you want to start with a brown lip liner. And this one is from LA Girl. It's the Perfect Precision lip liner in Sugar and Spice. And you're just going to outline your lips. The depth of this is completely up to you. You can do a super deep brown, or you can do a more medium brown. Then I'm going to take this brown lipstick. It's from Wet n Wild, and I can't see. I don't know what I did with my readers. I can't see the color. When I find my readers, I will put it on the screen when I'm editing. So I'm just going to put this on the edges. and leave the center open. Then I used a lip brush to clean up the edges a little bit and blend the lip liner and the lipstick. And now in that center part, you want something that is red and kind of glossy to blend this all together. So I have an e.l.f. Sheer Slip e.l.f. Sheer Slick Lipstick. That was hard. In Dragon Fruit. And I think, I didn't use this the other day when I did this, but I think it's going to be really pretty. Yes, I really like that. So you have this kind of red and glossy outlined with the brown. All right, let me take my hair down and check out if I need more blush. My light ran out of charge again halfway through the video. I guess what can you expect from Temu, right? All right, so you know what? I don't know if I do need more blush or not. Maybe just a tiny bit. And I'm going to use this Essence, the blush in Believing, because it does have that kind of mauve burgundy tone, but I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to take a little bit, like right on the fronts of my cheeks. Everything is kind of intense, and I really don't want to overdo it on the blush. So what do you think of my cherry cola look? I think it's really pretty for fall, and I love it with this kind of wine burgundy top that I have on. I'm getting ready to film a fashion video. I have some pieces that I've added to my fall and winter wardrobe, and I'm going to share that with you. And I've really been kind of in this wine, burgundy, pink, brown kind of vibe this fall, and you'll see that when I show you the pieces that I've added in. That video will be coming up soon, so make sure if you're not subscribed, you take a second and hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on, set them to all, so you won't miss when I upload future videos. If you enjoyed my take on the cherry cola makeup look, please hit that thumbs up button. It is really helpful to a small channel to let YouTube know that they need to push this out to more people who might enjoy it. How about you? Do you like trying makeup trends, or do you just let them pass you by? Sometimes I like to try them, and sometimes I think they're a little wacky and I just let them go. But this one I think turned out really, really nice. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.